Now moving on, victims of the recent demolitions at Yarambaba in Old Yundum, located in the West Coast region, have called on the government to intervene, demanding accountability and dialogue to address their grievances. Miles report. The demolitions in Old Yundum are part of a troubling trend of land disputes in the Gambia, where residents have increasingly raised concerns over government actions that disregard legal protections and citizens' rights. Officials state that the operation aimed to reclaim government reserve lands, public spaces, address the illegal sale of residential plots by private individuals, and clear obstructed access roads within the designated layout. During a press conference held on May 1, 2025 at the site of the demolished properties behind the Jar Oil petrol station, affected residents expressed their outrage over the government's actions. They alleged of fiscal planning and the Ministry of Lands ignored a court injunction that prohibited any demolition activities pending the resolution of a legal dispute. Mamadou Ijalo, a brother to one of the victims, highlighted the emotional and financial toll the demolitions have taken on the community, reminding the government of its first responsibility to defend the citizens of this country.
We are citizens of this country. Let's be frank to one another. We are in this country. We are born in this country. We are citizens. If people work for their money, we need to respect them. Shelter is a human right. And this government's first responsibility is to defend the citizens of this country. No individual can just come with a handbag and establish an estate. Now, if things happen like this, where do you fall? Where do you fall? It means government is just having people, scam them, and then leave people at their mercy. And this is the hard fact. This is the hard fact. They have a responsibility to defend the citizens. So what they need to do, as from the victims, they need to collaborate with the victims to find solutions that will restore hope to the very people who are actually very depressed at the moment.
The land in question is embroiled in a dispute involving S&J Properties, which sold the land to private buyers after acquiring it from the government. The company is currently engaged in a lawsuit against the Ministry of Lands, claiming it had the necessary approvals from the Department of Fiscal Planning. A court order issued by Honorable Justice S.B. Tabali on March 16, 2023, granted an interim injunction restraining the ministry and its agents from demolition, entering, or interfering with the properties. Despite this legal protection, the demolitions proceeded, leaving many families in distress. Abdullah Jang, logistic manager for S&J Properties, stated that the government was supposed to take only a designated portion of the land, yet more was seized, leading to the demolitions.
The document is from physical planning. Inherit land.
Victims voiced their frustration over the lack of transparency and communication from the authorities, claiming that they did not receive prior notice of the demolition exercise, but were instead given a letter instructing them to seek a development permit. The structures demolished include both complete and incomplete buildings, as well as perimeter fences worth millions of dollars. Family members of affected property owners shared their stories, with one relative recounting how her brother purchased land 3 years ago and began building a home for his family. She appealed to the government to engage in dialogue to resolve the issue, stating the disheartening reality faced by many youths who have lost hope in returning to the Gambia after their investments were destroyed.
We are
not here to push and pull. We are here today to seek support from the government and find a way to either return our properties or receive compensation. This situation is incredibly painful and heartbreaking to witness. Many of these affected homes were built by young Gambians abroad who are working tirelessly to provide decent living conditions for their families and contribute to the country's development. If we had known this would happen, we would have never bought land here. We believe it was being sold by a trusted estate agent.
4 years back, 3 years back to 4.
Sana Kamara, a contractor for one of the affected owners, criticized the government's actions and questioned the legitimacy of claims that the area was government reserved. Millions of dollars were spent here. People started building 10 years ago, and physical planning was aware. state authorities issued all documents. So who is fooling who? He asked.
Mulka hanyi ka fensang estate bulu nga fole ko because authentic tale. This is why mulka estate la femul sang. Pour mun kamal kaji ko mi ninga promotion man sekunda nyanta lala woto because minom estate lu kaji ko mi good registration la from government. So ninga aje ko o government fango ni wo estate dila sol be nyola ibuka kungolong ibuka fenyolong. Mun to la kumbo dalati de. Ndolla kumbo mansale balalan kang aduna kumbo mansale ba bolan.
As the affected residents await a response from the government, the need for accountability and transparent dialogue as well as resolution in land dispute remains paramount. Maria Madem, reporting for Star TV News.